Well, Danny, in terms of how away performances go, you couldn't have really asked much more from the lads today, could you?
No. Like I say, every week it's about getting the 3 points, and you like to do it in a certain style and put a certain performance in. And we did exactly that today. I mean, the conditions were ideal, pitch was perfect, so it ticked all the boxes.
We have been worrying about that a little bit, as did Burscough with the winds and the storms, but ultimately it was a nice day and a great day to play football on the pitch, very similar to ours.
Yeah, it was perfect. I mean, there's no excuses, is there? The weather's perfect, the pitch is perfect, we're used to playing on a pitch like this, so absolutely no excuses, which we spoke about before the game.
Now, you had a number of selection headaches before the game, obviously. Give us an insight into your thinking around our starting.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we take each game on merit, and every game's different, like we say to the lads, and the squad is going to be needed for the remaining games, like we say all the time. And today it was just about how we thought they were going to play and what problems they may pose us, and how we could then get at their back four, especially because we'd heard it was quite weak and not very mobile. So for us it was about putting them under as much pressure as possible, early as possible, and having that control possession.
In terms of that first half performance, we had to be patient at times, didn't we? And was there times where you thought we were actually being too patient in terms of how we moved the ball around?
Yeah, I mean, we had controlled possession, which was really, really good. You want that, but then on the flip side of it, it's kind of like you want the forward runs, the forward balls, just to put them under more pressure going forward, which we didn't really have. It was a bit like last week, really, against Lower Breck, when we had controlled possession in good areas, but those final balls, because forward runs weren't disorganising their back four or their players, really. So those forward runs are really, really important, because you either get the ball, and if you don't get the ball, it means you've taken a man with you, and it occupies that man, and there's space for someone else to fill.
I bet you're bored about answering questions about Neil Dans, aren't you? But there he was, popping up yet again. It's the consistency which makes Danzy the player he is, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. That's why he's played at the level he is. The players that have played at the highest, they've played there for a reason. It's because they're very, very consistent in the game overall. And then you throw in the goals that he's chipping in with, it just helps so much. And he's first class, isn't he? That's why he's had the career he's had.
At that stage, 1-0 up, we've seen it so many times before, haven't we, where we almost let the visitors back in, or let the opponent, back in. We had to be, not a bit complacent at that stage, and we weren't, were we?
No, we were very controlled in our play. All the units were together. There was no gaps. I mean, we spoke about it on Thursday with the video analysis, and we showed them instances against Lower Brett where the back four was a little bit disjointed and we weren't concentrating. So we just said, look, think of it as a what if the ball drops to one of their players and he plays it over the top? Can we get there first? How organised are we in terms of being connected? And I thought we were excellent throughout.
Now, we could talk about Danzy's second strike all night, couldn't we? He was that good. But how much did we deserve that second goal on the balance of play?
Yeah, we thoroughly deserved it. I mean, we dominated possession in every aspect, really. As soon as we lost the ball, it was, I don't even think they put 4 passes together. We got the ball back by forcing them to do things they didn't want to do, or winning the ball back high up the pitch. So overall, in possession, out of possession, I thought we were excellent. And then obviously Danzy's strike was top draw. I mean, he had a few Thursday night in training that didn't go in like that. They were going over the bar, so to see it go in was fantastic to see.
Talking about great strikes, James Berry's effort. You have to have confidence to pull that off, and he certainly did, didn't he?
Well, he's got that. He's got that in the locker. I mean, in possession, he's absolutely fantastic, and he can open doors. He can score goals. He can pick passes out. For me, it's more the off the ball work that he needs to improve on, and we speak about it all the time. And he is getting so much better at it. I mean, some of the runs that he made to get back in and put pressure on the opposition was, for me, that's better than his actual goal. And people might think I'm a bit crazy there, but for me, his work rate to get back in and do a job, which it's not easy to do the ugly side of the game. I've been there myself. It is hard. And if you can do that, then he'll go on to play higher, no doubt.
Now, a moment ago we spoke about you starting 11. One of the big decisions you had to make was in the forward role. You opted for Tom Clare, but Andy Owens came off the bench, professional as ever, and took his goal really well.
Yeah, that's what it's about. We speak about the lads being all in together. We need every one of them, which has been proved today. The subs that have come on, Harry Friedman's come on, he's excellent. I thought his movement was fantastic off the line, coming in at certain angles and taking up clever spaces. which just causes problems for the opposition. And then obviously Andy's come on and he's got a goal. You know, he's deserved that because he was unlucky last week. He's had a few chances where he probably should have done better. He knows that. But for him just to get a goal, as strikers they need goals. So that's brilliant for him as well.
You've been in enough promotion races, title races with Macclesfield, with other teams. Is there a sense that this isn't just a 4-0 win, it's the next step on achieving something magical, or is it just another win for you?
In certain regards it is another win, but I think it's the way we've performed over the last 2 games, because there's no easy games in this league at all, and it's about the players being as consistent as they possibly can and just sticking to our principles and what we've been working on really. Once you start doing that, and then the work rate off the ball to get the ball back when you've lost it, you know, you're hard to break down and hard to beat.
Quick turnaround now to Vauxhall on Tuesday, but I guess the lads are chomping at the bit now.
They should be, yeah, after the last 2 performances especially, but I think the last month we've been excellent as a whole. We really have found some good form, and it's just about keeping the lads grounded, keeping them switched on to our principles and how we want to play. And every game's, you know, it is a cup final, so they've got to be up for it.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.